2, 1. Boom. I think we're live, boys.
I gotta stop watching your game. Hold on.
It was a good game, wasn't it?
It's okay.
More Madden to come. Ben and I are going to play each other soon. Okay.
Thanks.
I heard myself. Let's go. All right.
And hopefully I play one of you guys.
Yeah, you got to play the Buccaneers, I believe.
The whole Buccaneers.
I did see that. The old Buccaneers, bro. All right, well, we'll start it here. Welcome back to the third episode of Quick Slants Football Show, Week 4 edition. Obviously, breaking down Week 3 recap, previewing Week 4. As always, I'm your boy Devin. We got my boy Ryan here. Ryan, say what's up.
How's it going?
Yo, yo, yo. And then below me, we got Ben. Ben?
Hello,
hello. Back again to talk about some football. Boys, it was a good week of football, good week of games overall. I thought there's a lot of things we can talk about here. We obviously have a full list of topics, so we'll try to get through them here. But overall, some pretty good matchups. NFL's heating up. I love football. What about you guys? I just love it, dude.
Fucking love football, bro. It's a great thing.
Dude,
Why we're here.
I love it. Also, I gotta say real quick, Ryan, I love your shirt.
Thanks, man.
Great fucking shirt.
Dude, the family video. Fuck yeah, dude.
I did 4 years there. Well,
Damn,
that sounds like
should've
prison.
I did my time.
Bro. I
Okay.
paid for those.
I did pay for these.
I had to pay you for them.
Dude, there was like a green, if there was like a green hoodie or like an
Sick,
orange hoodie with like that
dude,
logo
green.
on it, I would pay top dollar for that.
If you guys watch Stranger Things, the characters work there.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
100% I watched that. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
sick. Have you watched that yet, Devin?
No.
Oh my god, you gotta get Netflix, bro.
Yeah.
You think I should watch that over Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Wow.
I do like Stranger Things
do.
more. For sure.
I honestly think it's better.
Oh,
Well, I don't
okay.
say it's better, but like it's just cool.
All right, well, I might need somebody's Netflix login, so bang my line. Anyways,
I mean, I probably got you as long as I don't fucking shut my account out.
No, bro. Anyways, so obviously, like what we always do, we typically start with the Monday night game of yesterday. Big game. Ryan, obviously, I'm going to start with you here because Dallas Cowboys fan here. But Monday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys taking on New York Giants.
Football Giants.
The football Giants. Sorry.
Yeah, all right.
But are they, though? Because Dallas Cowboys come away 23-16 win. On the road, looks pretty good overall. Ryan, I kind of want to get your raw take from the game. How do you feel as a Cowboys fan?
Dog it.
Honestly, I felt like the game should have been like not as close. I felt like Dallas played really good, and they just were eating them up. That their defensive line's so good. They had 5 sacks. You guys saw the CD drop. Obviously, had a crazy catch later, but I just felt like the game. I don't know. Cooper Rush made some good throws. I felt like it could have been like a 30-16, you know. But I mean, a win's a win.
I did kind of feel that.
Yeah.
Real quick, throw your hand in front of your cam. I don't know if you have my stream up, but it's like blurry.
Oh, my bad.
You're good. I think it like.
I can pull it up.
Oh,
it's so blurry. Hold on.
It wasn't like that. It like picked up on something recently, bro. Uh-oh.
Can you like? Is there like a?
Heyo.
Did it fix it?
Heyo, he's back. All right. No, you're good. But
oh shit! It switched cameras.
Oh, you're delayed. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, so I do agree with your take though, Ryan. I thought overall, I thought Dallas played pretty well. I know early on and during the game. One quick note: do you guys watch the Manning broadcast ever?
Yes.
Watched it last night. It's
okay.
Much preferred.
Yeah.
I agree. I would also be curious. Let me know in the comments or in chat here if you guys like the Manning broadcast over the main broadcast, because us three are in agreement here. I love the Manning broadcast. It makes Monday Night. I look forward to Monday Night Football because of that broadcast.
Dude, I'm telling you, like Peyton and Eli, like fucking love, especially Peyton. You can just see in his eyes, he doesn't give a shit about the broadcast sometimes. He's like, just like, oh man, like you can
He's
just
like
feel
locked.
it.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
real, you know what I mean? And they're
Yeah, I
like
was
talking
watching it.
about it. And like you
Yeah.
believe them. They're not just dudes in suits that are just talking about the game. And he's like, dude, like I know what they're running here, and like good audible to this. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Peyton.
Yep. And I do
Which is
think
great
I
as
think
fuck.
Eli balances him well too, because like even like the game yesterday, obviously Eli being a former Giants quarterback here, he was like invested in the game. He's wearing, you know, New York Giants gear. When CD caught that crazy one-handed pass, bro, like Eli was like shook, you know?
Yeah.
He
He looked like he was on the sidelines like, uh-oh, you know?
We've seen
Yeah.
that Eli face. He was just like look dumbfounded.
Yeah.
It was great.
the famous
Eli.
the famous Eli face. But overall, yeah, like I said, Dallas winning, New York Giants 23-16 on the road. Cooper Rush playing pretty well. 2-0 since Dak's been out. 3-0 all time as a starter here.
He went
It
to
kind of
Central, by the way.
kind of begs the question early on here. Let's say how long, Ryan, you might know. How long is Dak out for? How many more weeks?
He's from Charlotte,
Probably-
Michigan.
Probably like
Really,
I'd
Cooper
say
Rush?
at least 3 more.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, he's from Charlotte, Michigan. He went to Lansing Catholic High School, Central Michigan University.
Yo, shout out Cooper Rush. I had no idea
Cooper
about
Rush
that.
is about to get a contract, dude. He's going to the Saints. He's going to somebody. He's
I think
not
he-
making on the Cowboys.
Bro,
next
I
year.
think
He's either
winning
getting
2
traded
games-
or-
Winning 2 games with the Cowboys, you already probably planned your flag. I agree.
And he
You
played well,
already-
and he looked good, and he looked like he could make throws,
He can win you game.
throws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 45-yarders, but you
Okay.
can tell that, like maybe they
So-
weren't calling it.
So I want to set the scene real quick here. Okay. Cooper Rush. Okay. Cowboys are what, 2-1 right now? Correct.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
let's say Dak's out three
They're 2-0
more
with-
games.
without Dak, by the way.
Okay. Okay. You guys know where I'm
3
going
games.
with this. Everybody knows where I'm going with this. They're 5-1, right? Undefeated with Cooper Rush. Dak's healthy. Do you play Dak again, or do you stick with the hot hand? Ryan, I want your raw take as a Cowboys fan.
You stick with Dak. You go back to Dak. Sorry.
I'm gonna commend you, bro. You stick with your boy. I gotta give you props, man. You stick with him.
Yeah, I mean he had a really good year last year too. I think he's had a crazy good year last year, like 37 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I mean, he's
Solid.
different, you know.
I agree.
I
Ben,
do
on
like
the
Cooper
other
Rush,
hand,
though.
Cooper Rush is good, and I think he deserves a chance on another team. I agree. Ben, you're, I know, anti-Dak camp, but I'm with Ryan a little bit. I like Dak Prescott, and I think you can win with him. Ben, what's your raw take? You playing Cooper Rush if he's hot?
My raw take is what I hope for is that Dak was good when he came in and played backup for Tony Romo, right? He came in and he was consistent and successful, and it was exciting, right? In the last few years, he hasn't. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm hoping Cooper Rush comes in there, makes a name for himself, and I hope that they ride it out so that Dak comes back healthier. Maybe comes back week 6 or 7. Like when's their bye week? Anybody have any idea?
I think it's later, right? Week like 10 or 11, right? Or week
I
12?
can check.
It's
but
like later for sure, I thought. The Lions have a bye week coming up. Got a couple games in a bye week.
It literally just doesn't tell me. Fuck off, Google. But either way,
week 9.
Week
okay. So
9,
like,
okay.
imagine if he came back like week 9, right? Like he's healthy. They let him ride, and they're like fucking 6-3. Dak will come back. He'll have a little bit of an edge because he's got to prove himself again. He's healthy as shit. I think that's the best situation for the Cowboys. They also then could trade Cooper Rush next year, get a bunch of shit for him. I don't think rushing Dak back is a good choice, especially because the team looked good. The team looked like they were fucking vibing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those.
They looked comfortable, and it's a good thing,
Yeah, it's like they're rallying around him, which
right? Which is good because
good, but it's like, man, if your defense just is that good when Dak's out there playing, his ass off. But I mean,
But that's the thing,
guy
you know,
comes
like
in.
you never know. Guy comes in, plays well, and Dak comes back, he's healthy, they're ready to go. They might be hyped for that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
like a good carryover.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, the opposite is like a shitty quarterback and they lose a bunch of games and the team sucks even more and Dak has to rescue them. Like that's a bad situation.
Yeah. I definitely envision a similar-ish path as like someone like maybe like Russell Wilson. I know that's kind of an easy comparison, I guess, but I don't know. I just feel like I have a belief that Dak can get it done. Like I don't think when Dak's out there, he's costing the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, but I don't know. Cooper Rush is doing well, and I do think he deserves a shot somewhere. I do want to quickly touch on Tony Pollard and Zeke Elliott. Everybody already kind of knows Tony Pollard's been doing pretty well. We talked about it a couple episodes ago. Like, do you make that transition more to Pollard? But it seemed like last night, really, they had a plan to execute both running backs. Ben, did you happen to watch that ground game? I think Tony Pollard had 15 carries for like 100 plus yards. Zeke
13.
had 13 carries. Zeke, I believe, decent amount of carries, 60 something yards, touchdown, right?
1573 and a touchdown.
Boom. Thanks for the stats, brother.
Yeah, 13 at 105.
But if you think about it, that's a pretty good running back duo combo. I mean, you got to be happy with that if you're a Cowboys fan, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see the juice, and maybe Pollard looks like he's getting shot out of a cannon every time he's out there because he's not out there every play. You know
Which
what I
is
mean?
good.
Like,
right.
So I mean, it works out. Is it literally? I mean, you hear like the change of pace back kind of guy, you know, that all the time, and I feel like he is good enough to be out there every down. But if you got Zeke, why not keep them both fresh and they're both at their best when they're out there?
I think that's a big thing to keep them fresh. You agree with that, Ben?
Yeah, and it brings the defense in because when Pollard's out there, they could expect to pass more, so they might not run. They might run a nickel. You know what I mean? But if Zeke comes out there, they're going to switch up personnel and they're going to bring in another linebacker and they're going to
stack the box more. Yep.
That's 100%. why he had 15 carries, 73 yards. It's not because he's bad. He still averaged 4.9 right there. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty fucking good. That's a first down every time he touches the ball. Like we can get that done in a couple of plays. Like you can win a game with him just running the ball at that rate.
Yep.
But then you have Tony Pollard getting 8-1. Like that's pretty substantial. That's why I think that Cooper Rush looked as good as he did. Cowboys have to lean into that.
I do agree with that. I thought, which is crazy because you feel like Dak could exploit that too. And I'm not saying that he doesn't, but I definitely feel like Cooper Rush and maybe just the Cowboys schemes. I think Kellen Moore calls the plays, correct, Ryan?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's calling the plays. So maybe he's just like knows Dak's out. So he's like utilizing them more because he knows obviously Dak's better than Cooper Rush, right? And yes. Kellen Moore knows that, you know, so he's probably leaning on them more. But I do like it. Seems like it's working for him, and their defense is playing out all right. I will say I saw a meme that Trayvon Diggs had like 300 yards against him, but caught the game-winning interception. So it's kind of like a meme that have you seen it where the world's blown up behind the guy and he starts like smirking a little bit. I think it's from a superhero movie. I don't know, but
either way, dude. I mean, you watch that game. He almost jumped a bunch of routes. You know what I mean? He plays do or die, sort of. Yeah, he plays do or die football, which is.
How many picks did he have last year, Ryan? Do you know?
I just remember he had like 8 in the first 9 games. I don't remember how many he finished. I know he slowed down.
You don't get that many picks playing safe and conservative. You play aggressive, bro.
The team plays around him too. It's like they know he's playing like that, so the safeties are going to make that tackle if he
11.
Whiffs.
It was 11.
True.
That's a lot of picks, man.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of picks.
In Madden, I had the number one guy who had the most picks or whatever. My cornerback, he had 9. So that's Madden.
I was close.
You know what I'm saying?
Close. I do. While you bring up Madden, I do want to quickly. We did do our first live stream of Madden. We are planning on doing more of those. I will say soon, Ben and I have to play each other. AFC Championship should be a good match. We're going to stream that, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But
no raging. We cannot rage.
I'm going to be live, so I can't rage. You know what I'm saying?
Polite.
All I'm going to say, bro, quick note on that is I've played you in football, both NCAA and Madden, for a lot of years now. I think if we had an all-time record, I think you probably are like +5 on me.
Yeah, maybe.
I think
I was
you
gonna
have
say
the
like it's
edge.
closer than you think. I think
It's
way
close,
closer.
but I think you
I-
have the edge overall.
Yeah, but I think that you give the years of GameCube, Madden 06, where I was just dominating you, and you played PlayStation, you didn't know how to play on GameCube.
Yeah, because I was
You know
playing
what I mean?
Madden
There was a
07 on
lot of that
PS2.
time. There was a lot of that time that you just didn't know, and I just won a lot. So
That is true. But I think about just like playing you, like I'm in both you guys, man. Like anytime you play a human player opposed to a CPU in a Madden season,
nerve-wracking.
it's a lot different. Because, like, for example, if you're playing defense, right, and I want to like fill a gap that I know is obvious, like if I run over there, Ben, you're gonna see I'm cheating that way. You know what I'm saying? So like I
Yeah.
can't mentally do that, you know? So it's
You gotta
tough.
be clever about it. Yeah, it's
Yep,
definitely
but-
like a different game. That's why like online's fucking nuts.
It is true. It is true. But real quick, I do want to give some little bit of love to the New York Giants, although they lost Monday Night Football. Overall, 2-1, not the end of the world. I'm sure New York Giants, tough place to play. Those fans are rabid. I think you got to be proud of your team. Obviously, you kind of want to beat the Cowboys last night, but I think overall, you guys are like showing some life. I know Daniel Jones was getting a lot of hype for some reason during the game. I kept hearing Peyton saying like Daniel Jones was playing really well, and I thought at one point he was, but I felt like he really, really, really trailed off towards the third and fourth quarter of that game, and I think almost honestly lost him the game. Do you agree with that, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean it was weird. I don't know where the love was really coming from. I mean, he is throwing to like people. I mean, he's throwing to like Sterling Shepard and like
Kenny Galladay.
R.I.P.
Kenny
by the way.
Galladay's.
R.I.P.
He all
by
had
the
as many
way.
yards as Kenny G did last night. So
I could have
just-
caught all the balls they threw to him.
As a Lions fan, can we just say
Thank
thank
God.
you? Yeah.
You know what happened is we got a new GM and he said, "Fuck no."
it's like the reverse Darius Slay. It was like, thank God.
Yeah, man. God, imagine if we had Slay. Sorry.
Crazy.
Sorry, bro.
There was
Unlucky.
no reason. There was no reason. It's not his fault. Okay.
True. True.
At least he's
But,
doing well.
but the question I
Right, you
want
know
to
he's
ask,
playing well.
he is, shout out to him for sure. But the question I want to specifically ask, but do you guys, I want to ask simple yes or no. I don't want to, I don't know, or kind of simple question. Both of you guys, rapid fire. Is Daniel Jones a good QB? Good. Not great. Good. Go, Ryan.
No.
Ben.
Absolutely.
Wow. Wow. Okay. We're gonna
Absolutely.
kick it. Ben, give me an explanation.
Marcus Mariota is a starter in the NFL. Is he better than Marcus Mariota? The
I
answer
think so.
quickly is absolutely, right? So
Yeah,
then,
that's fair.
You go Baker Mayfield. Is he any better than Baker Mayfield? I would say he's more mobile than Baker Mayfield. I'd say they have pretty much the same decision making. I'd give the edge maybe to the arm strength of Baker Mayfield, but I'd still be okay. You know what I mean? And then we
Sure.
got old Geno Smith starting in Seattle. That's a bad choice, and you could just totally he's going to play in Seattle next year because they didn't pick up his fifth-year option.
But
Seattle's not drafting a quarterback
to play
unless they're
devil,
like the first pick.
okay. But to play devil's avocado here, just being a bottom 10 quarterback, because like there's people worse than you. I don't know if that makes you good.
Because I think that a quarterback in the NFL is good if you can beat out backups. If you're better than Cooper, you know what I mean? Like Dak is better than Cooper Rush. That's why he beat him out, right? You know what I'm saying? Like Jared Goff is better than fucking who the fuck did we cut? What's that guy's name?
Tim
Which one?
Boyle, David Blau. He's with the Vikings
Yeah.
now, right?
Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, who gives a shit?
Whoa. He's a good guy, bro.
He's watching. man.
Okay. All right. So Ben, we gave you a little time. Ryan, I want to hear your explanation. Why is Daniel Jones not a good QB?
My explanation is kind of what you already alluded to. I guess my definition, obviously anybody that's playing QB
If
in the
you're in the NFL,
is
you're
a
good.
QB.
Let's clarify. If you're in
You're
the
better
NFL,
than
you're
the
good.
backups. You're definitely. I think Daniel Jones is probably better than everyone. I do like Baker, but
I do
Daniel
think
Jones
that
can move. Like that's good, but I don't if you were like, hey man, I'd probably name 20 QBs that I'd rather have. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
but
telling you,
it's tough.
dude.
I
I'm
don't think it's
telling
his
you.
fault either, though, because
No,
we've never seen him with
listen.
a good team around him. So
Right. Dude, I'm telling you that Daniel Jones, if they just made him not run the ball, if he just didn't run the ball, you talked about how he didn't come out in the second half or late in the game and didn't play well. He had like fucking 79 rushing yards. He ran it a bunch of times for like long runs. He gets exhausted. You understand? Like, he's like
Daniel
a dual
Jones,
player.
bro. I get you.
He's like a tall, stand-up, old school type quarterback. He's a mental guy, but when he has to like rush and move out of the pocket and change his direction, he's just not going to be as good as he could potentially be. You got to put him in a better system. You got to put him in something that he's comfortable with, that he can like make the reads and like win the game, and he could probably do well.
you know, I feel like they need to go out and spend a ton of money on a receiver like Kenny G. You know, really give him
Oh
some
my
help.
god, bro.
But that was the people
the plan.
before. Like, what are you gonna fucking do,
Oh,
bro?
that's
You know,
brutal.
like I get it. And it's like it happens to the best of us. We traded
No, shut
Darius
up.
Slay.
Get,
So like
get-
I'm just saying.
dude. The Lions are typical of paying that dude max money or something, and then
No, we never do. Who do we pay max
guess.
money?
I guess, but
We let Sue walk, and he had a very good career after that. He had a couple bad years, and with the Dolphins, he made a ton of money. But then he won a Super Bowl.
he's on my Patriots team, by the way, in Madden. Just throwing that
And
out there.
picked him up. That's dope.
Week 1, that dude's probably 3rd or 4th on my team attack. He's good. I re-signed him another year.
Really?
He deserved it. He played so well this year for me in Madden.
That's like
Anyways,
Hightower. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, playing well. Okay, so we have been talking about this Giants Cowboys game
Probably have it
for a
out.
while now. My goal is not to always talk about the Monday night game, but I thought it was a little bit special edition as Brian's big time Dallas
Favorite team,
Cowboys
yeah.
fan, and it was a good game overall. And I think overall, kind of a closing point on that, I think overall, besides the Commanders probably, NFC
Oh, yeah.
East looking really strong. Obviously Eagles early favorites, everybody hyping them up, and the Cowboys 2-1, Dallas 2-1, both looking upside. I'm actually looking for that division.
Well, who's in the division? It's the Giants, Eagles.
Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, Commanders.
I still think it's a trash division besides the Eagles.
Really? You
Let's
think?
be honest. Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to wipe everybody.
See, I feel like
still
it's
think
been
the Cowboys can
memed.
compete.
I felt like the division was memed, but early on, granted, it's only week 4 here, but early on, I feel like it's one of the best divisions in the NFC. The only other
think
one would
that-
be the North, right?
Well, easy. I mean,
The West is kind of whack right now. The South is, sheesh. That's one of my talking points here. I don't know if you guys saw the outline. I think I put like NFC South sucks. I don't know. I didn't. Yeah, I did. NFC
Yeah,
South is a
totally
dumpster
did.
fire. That's literally what my note says. But
Yeah.
but yeah. So anyways, good week. Dallas Cowboys looking to continue. Giants fans, I think you guys are okay. But I do want to touch on other week 2 games. Really what I want to start with here, kind of a big one for me, surprise. Jacksonville Jaguars blowing out the Chargers on the road, by the way. Jacksonville never, when I think of on the road wins, I do not think of Jacksonville. They
when
went
I
in
think
there,
of wins, I think of Jack. I don't think of Jacksonville. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
they went
they
in there,
had the
won
first
38
overall
to
pick 2
10.
years in a row.
38 to
Yeah.
10. And I'll mind you, 2-1 on the season. I don't have the stats in front of me, but that's a good start if you're Jacksonville. Have you guys checked out any of their shit? Like, they're looking pretty solid.
They're a good team. I mean, I put on here on minus. I put Dougie P wins another Super Bowl ?
Yeah, Doug,
Wow.
I think Peterson is like a legit coach. I
I
mean,
think what happened was
Yeah.
is that Carson took a shit and then he just got fucked by it.
yeah, I think you put a lot of eggs in the Carson Wentz basket, and then Carson Wentz. And-
Sprained both of his ankles.
Yeah, into the basket.
Just
and
ask
Yeah.
Washington right now, you know?
Sheesh. I mean, he threw 4 touchdowns that first game.
Yeah, you got
He looked
waxed by the
alright.
Lions.
And then got waxed by the Lions. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's go. We only have one win. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Go, baby.
One pride.
We got to latch on to something, dude.
I don't give a
Anyways,
fuck, bro. Go
but I
Lions.
will say, overall, Trevor Lawrence is looking good. I mean, I'm not. I'll be the first one to admit I was not, and I still am not the biggest Trevor Lawrence fan. I don't think he's like a top 15 QB. I think he's definitely in the bottom half of
LOL.
NFL QBs for sure. But he's playing well. They're running the ball well. The defense is looking good. Their receivers are running well. I mean, Christian Kirk's popping off down there, dude. Ryan, what's your thoughts on Jacksonville? You buying in, or are you still a little hesitant?
No, I'm buying in. Peterson's a good coach. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I was kind of on the fence. I think at the way he looks, if Trevor Lawrence looked like a normal dude and he didn't have like the long wavy hair and he looks like a surfer, I probably like root for the guy. But just because the way he looks,
He's a
I'm
golden
like,
boy, man. He's
yeah, it's just like you want to
Sunshine.
hate him.
Sunshine.
Remember
Yeah,
things.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
exactly what it is.
Yeah, and it's like you're literally, your brain makes you hate him before you even can watch him play. But I think he's playing well. Honestly, their whole team's playing well. Christian Kirk,
They are.
Robinson,
James Robinson's
Etienne,
having a
like,
great year.
everybody's just. I feel like
Dude,
they're
fucking
figuring out the
Zay
team, and their
Jones.
defense looks good.
Zay Jones
I
is
drafted him.
popping, bro.
I cut him like 2 years ago.
Dude, all these
And
guys,
he's
man.
like killing it, bro. I should have waited. That's like the
The
worst
card-
part about Dynasty Fantasy, bro. I'm telling you. It's
Yeah.
like we've been like in a few
I feel
years
that,
now,
man.
and I've cut a couple dudes and they've like popped. It's like, oh, I need 5 years to like figure it out. I'm gonna have like 4 good years. Just I want to put a gun in my mouth. It's just the worst, bro.
Yeah, actually, I don't think you say that on YouTube, but
Listen, I'm not gonna you know.
in
A squirt
game
gun.
in
Squirt gun.
Madden, of course.
Yeah, metaphorical.
Metaphorical. But quick
Marvin Jones,
moving on to another surprise or not. We talked about this last week. This team's come up quite a bit on the Quick Slants Football Show. Miami motherfucking Dolphins, bro. I will say, if you guys remember last week, that was one of my sports bets of the week. They were at the time getting 5.5. I actually threw money on that game. Every week I do bet my bets. Last week the Saints threw it off for me, but Miami Dolphins covered the spread. But not only did they cover the spread, they actually won the game outright, 21-19. Miami 3-0 on the season, but Tua, very scary injury. What do you guys think about that? Ben, did you watch the highlight of that or watch the game? What you thought about that?
He's
injury.
totally okay.
He didn't look okay when he was
He's
stumbling
totally
around.
fine. Listen, he's gonna be totally okay. There's no injury in any capacity. He's gonna play next week. He's gonna kill it again. That's it. That's it.
Ryan, do you agree
Nothing
with
wrong.
that?
I mean, watching the video, I thought I was watching Red Zone and they panned to the video and I'm seeing him stumbling.
Bro,
and I'm
my
thinking,
man was
oh,
like,
he's coming out of the game. Like, he is for sure out of the game. And then
they said it was a back injury, right?
Well, yeah, now he's nursing like a back and an ankle injury, but it's like clearly he had a concussion and he goes to the sideline and then they're like, he's good. But what can you do? If the doctors say he's good, put him back in there. He wins the game. It's like, all right.
He got his bell rung. You know,
I will
man?
say-
it happens to the best of them.
To add some context to that, what typically happens in concussion protocol is I believe each team has a representative there, and I think there's a neutral representative that is literally a doctor, and they evaluate them and do the protocol to see if he's good, and from all accounts he passed concussion protocol. That's why he was good.
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you, bro.
I know the NFL
G.
said, the NFL did say they're gonna launch an investigation, but I find it hard to, like, with like corruption and shit like that, when there's a neutral doctor that makes that ruling, you know. So
Yeah,
I
you
kind
gotta
of
have somebody
actually,
that's like, wait a second, you know, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
I kind of actually buy into that. Like, and maybe it was a back, but I will say the way he was stumbling, it looked like a boxer that just got punched in the face and just got up. The way
Right,
he
and
was
that's
stumbling.
like not a concussion, right? Like that happens in a fight, and those guys don't get concussions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they just get their bell rung.
You get your temple popped and your you kind of knock your shit out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
On a quick side story, Ryan and I used to play in a fantasy football league in our early 20s.
Flag football.
Flag football league. And it was very, very, in gamer terms, sweaty. People that
and regular terms also sweaty.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that thought they missed out on their opportunity to play college ball or something, bro. It was
Didn't I
tough.
play with you guys one time?
Did you? I don't
I
remember
feel like
that.
it was at that like blow up dome that was behind that KFC off
Yeah,
like Grand Blanc Road or something.
Yeah, it was something like that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, they so we played flag football, and I, being the bigger guy, played center because you only had one center and everybody else was receiver. It was 7-on-7, right? Was that correct?
Right, but
Seven
there was
on
a
seven.
blitzer, so you actually had to
You had
block.
3 linemen, yeah.
You had 3 linemen.
They were
It was
kind of
like-
receivers.
Oh
but
wow,
they
we
were
had
like
3 linemen.
Yeah, because you would like keep them there if they were blitzing. Like it was like the thing, and then you just
Yeah.
I had to do it a couple times. You just punch the other dude a bunch of
Anyone
times.
could
Like, it
go
was
out for a
just
route.
like
Okay.
it was literally just like a fist fight.
Because I do
Terrible.
remember catching a pass, and when I caught the pass, I got like hit or tripped or something, and I remember literally falling exactly like Tua did. I fell on my back and I smacked my head on the back of the fucking turf, dude. And I remember that's the only time in my life where I remember like seeing stars. Like where I'm like,
Yeah, dog.
whoa, dude, like that
Oh,
was
yeah.
wild, bro, you know? But so I feel for Tua, but I do agree. I think he should be fine. But I do want to ask the question, and I'm probably going to ask this every week until they start looking bad. If they do look bad ever, are the Dolphins overrated? I just can't, for some reason, buy into it. Are you guys buying into this?
Yes.
We know you are,
Is that-
Ben.
Yeah.
Ryan, are you
Honestly,
buying in, bro?
No. I mean, they're good, but I did you guys watch the game? Because I watched way too
I
much
did
of
not.
this game.
I will admit, I
Not
only
at all.
watched a lot of like.
I'm
I
so
watched highlights.
confused. I have the
They came
stats
back,
up from this
right?
game. I think I don't remember exactly what the score, like how it went, but I think they did come back. But it was so confusing. The Bills punted one time. They had 500 yards, and they
Or
only had
16
19
points? 19 points? Yeah.
They had the ball for 40 minutes of the game.
Wow.
So I don't know if I'm looking at this box score and you're like, oh, maybe they had a bunch of turnovers. They only had 1 fumble, no interceptions. They had 1 4th down where they didn't get it. But like, I don't know how they only had 19 points. The Dolphins had 200 yards total.
All I'm saying
So, but they got it done.
is you can gain a ton of yards the whole game every time you go from the fucking 10-yard line to the other 50 or to the 50. Can't kick a field goal, you're screwed. You get to the 50,
Yeah.
you can gain a whole bunch of yards. You get about 45 a drive, and they probably had the ball. Oh yeah, they did the whole fucking time. I bet you.
Yeah.
Guess what? The Dolphins defense is awesome. Called it. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I
Dolphins
don't
all the
know.
way. Dolpham all the way. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fins up, baby.
Oh my gosh.
All the
dude.
way, fins up. Let's fucking go. Jimmy Buffett had it right. Let's fucking get it. 2 for
Let's
the win.
ride, dude.
He's riding me to the championship this year. I don't give a fuck what you guys
Oh,
say.
God.
Everybody gave me
All
shit
right.
about drafting a bunch of quarterbacks. Fuck you guys too.
All right.
Let's
All
fucking
right,
go.
all right. So we know
I
where
don't give a
Ben
shit.
stands with Miami Dolphins here.
Let's
Ryan
go.
and I
Yeah.
still on the fence a little
Get a
bit, but
jersey, bro.
It's in
A
the
white
mail,
one.
dude.
It's gonna be sick.
a Mike Gesicki jersey,
No,
like a road Gesicki. No, you should get an
drafted
old,
him, cut his
bro.
ass.
You should get an old Zach Thomas jersey, bro. You know who Zach Thomas is?
Absolutely, it's 54, bro.
54, bro. The
It's
legend,
like their
bro.
all-time leading tackler, bro.
Dude, the
Big
guy
guy.
was a beast, bro.
He's a
My
hard-ass
my dad
linebacker.
played D2 ball at college football, as you guys know, and he played linebacker. So
And punter.
he did play punter, but he played linebacker, and he always would talk to me about like Bill Bosworth and Zach Thomas and Urlacher and Lawrence Taylor and all these like prime time linebackers, you know. So like I appreciated Zach Thomas at a very, very young age.
Dude, he was such a badass, bro.
He was good, bro.
There's some good linebackers during that time, man. That was a good time in the NFL.
That
NFL's
was.
a great fucking thing.
I love the NFL. We love football.
What a
Loving
fucking great
football. Continuing on other surprise results, and this is one that I've been waiting to talk about here because we did touch on this last week, and I think everybody said they were not worried. So I want to read everybody's pulses again. Las Vegas Raiders lost another MF game, dude.
You'd say you put adult in the thing, by the way.
They lost 24-22 to the fucking Tennessee Titans, which have looked abysmal all year as well. Las Vegas being the only winless team in the NFL right now. At week 3 here, you're starting 0-3. You guys got to be panicked, right? Ryan, I know we talked about last week here that I think we all agreed that we weren't that panicked. Are you starting to panic if you're a Raiders fan?
Yes.
Panicking hard, bro.
I mean, you're in the AFC. It's a tough. You're in a tough division too. It's like you got to play the Chiefs, the Chargers, like
the Broncos, right?
The Broncos. Let's ride. It's just like
I'm not worried about that, honestly.
Dude,
the Broncos aren't great. I think the Broncos are trash, dude.
They've got like 30 points in 3 games.
If I'm the Raiders and I'm going on the road to the Broncos, I'm scared as fuck. I don't care if the Broncos are bad, quote unquote, although they did look okay last week. But
they won 11-10.
Okay.
11-10. They paid their quarterback $240 million to come and win 11-10. The guy's got a cannon. That team sucks. I don't know what is going on. That team sucks.
Bro, they have weapons too. What are they doing?
They have a good defense. They have a really good defense. They only allowed 10 points to San Francisco. That's a good team.
But I'm saying on offense, bro, they have weapons. What's going on?
I'm telling you, their coach just peed his pants again in the middle of the game. I'm telling you, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
We're going to save that because I do have on the agenda, we do have some Broncos talk a little bit later.
Can't wait, dude.
God damn it.
But I will say, off the rip here, let's talk about the Raiders because that's what I wanted to focus on here. Do you guys, we all say they're kind of panic here. And Ben, I watched a lot of the games with you on Sunday. We talked about a little bit then. McDaniels is looking lost, bro.
Yeah.
Completely and utterly lost.
I'm going to give you the stats here, right? Okay. Derek Carr went 26 for 44. They threw 44 times. He's still 330 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, he's still produced. Dude, you're going
to throw the ball 40 times. You're bound to get that, right?
Josh Jacobs had 13 attempts. He's a Pro Bowl running back. He's a hard-nosed bell cow. 25, 30 a game.
Right. They need to run it. Yeah.
They played the Titans. They played the Titans who do the same thing, and they lost 24-22. You know Madden, you know football at all in any capacity, not even Madden, regular football. You run the ball and win the game. I don't know what he's doing. I just don't fucking get it. Don't fucking get it.
Ryan, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I don't know how much were they up in that game? Were they down the whole game? Why are they throwing so many times? Like, were they up at all, or were they always trailing?
It was. I believe
they always were. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that, but it was close where you don't have to abandon your run game. I agree with Ben a little bit. They had time to set up their shit, and I think how many yards did Jacobs end up with on 13 attempts?
66. He still averaged 5.1. I mean,
he's 5.1 a carry, bro.
He's 2 down, a first down. Like that is the thing. You got to feed him, and that's like.
But I get it. You got weapons outside. You got Renfro. You got Adams. You got what's his name? Other guy. It's been popping.
It's Hollins. I think his name is Mac Hollins.
Yeah, Mac. But, yeah,
dude. Like a running back that's not producing, you run 13 times and he's averaging like 2 yards, and then you put a different guy in, and then you run him another 13 times. Like it's the NFL. It's the NFL. Like it's not college. You run the ball. Like that's how this works. Like you cannot win without running the ball. You just can't do it. You can't throw 44 times. You just can't. Not even with Tom Brady. And he knows that. Like, that's the craziest part to me. I bet you Bill was fucking nixing all his plays, telling him to run the ball. Or Tom was calling audibles. I bet you that's what was going on.
Yeah, when you see it open up, you definitely run it. But
right.
So So I don't want to talk about too much of the Vegas Raiders here. Obviously, kind of a newer team to the Vegas area. I know a lot of Oakland people still kind of root for them, but overall, I'm definitely in agreement with you guys. Definitely worried. I had a lot of expectations and hopes for this team, and they're definitely letting me down as not even a Raiders fan. So it is what it is. But I do want to talk about some other key games, other key topics, if you will. One other quick one I want to touch on. You know I got to do it. Shout out again to the fucking Lions behind me. Lions did lose a close one against the Minnesota Vikings. I actually don't have the exact score in front of me, but I believe it was pretty close. Does anybody know?
28-24.
28-24. So we did lose that one. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, so I'm going to try to keep that in mind when I talk about the Lions. But Ben and I, we did watch the game together here. I did feel like the Lions were in control for most of that game. I thought that the Lions did a good job of shutting down, obviously, their top weapon, Justin Jefferson. I think Okuda, obviously, he's been getting a lot of hype here, but he locked him down, bro. Jared Goff looking good. We're running the ball well still. But I'm going to say it, and I know nobody wants me to say it. If you're a Lions fan, I apologize, cover your ears. But same old Lions, dog. That game felt like old Lions through and through. I've been watching the Lions for 25 fucking years. That game felt like a Lions stereotypical fucking game, bro. I was so upset, but at the same time, I'm so numb to it, you know? Yeah. And I want to believe in this team, and I do see things are different, but you cannot lose games like that. You're on the road. You're in a position to win in the NFL. You have to win that. You're 2-1. If you win that game, if you beat the Eagles, you're 3-0. One of the only few teams that are 3-0, bro. So that's my mini Lions rant. I had to get that in. Ben, you agree with that, or am I crazy?
No, you're right. You're about right.
Okay. Good take, Ryan.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a lot of the game. Sadly, I watched more of the second half, which is kind of where it kind of fell apart. I watched that last
yeah.
Honestly,
yeah,
I felt like the Vikings won the game. I mean, they played good. They did.
Yeah.
They deserved to win it. I'm not
discrediting and won the game. It's like it's one of those things where, yeah, for sure, same old Lions. I mean, we've seen. I feel like that so many times.
Amani Warrior getting 5 defensive pass interferences in the game against Thielen.
Bro. Why did they start him right away? He hasn't played at all. He didn't play at all in the preseason. He didn't fucking practice at camp. He's been injured the whole fucking time. Why did
he had a good year last year. He did have a good year last year. I'm not going to doubt that, but
nah,
man. But that's what you run the risk of. They
just gotta bounce back.
I never thought I'd say this. Thank God for Okuda, bro.
Man,
we'd be in shambles without him, bro.
Playing his heart out, man. I feel for the guy. I'm so glad.
He's playing like a dog.
I'm kind of glad he has an edge from everybody doubting him. Honestly.
I will say, again, Lions through and through. I bet on them to win last week. They lost. I thought it was a good bet. Unlucky. I will say quickly, I did win money on the Packers. I am new into sports gambling overall. I did win one minor bet before, but I did bet on the Packers to outright beat the Buccaneers. And Cowboys were actually favorited. Our Buccaneers were favorited. So I actually got plus 120 or plus 100, I believe, on that game. And I actually won like $20 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
On the Packers. So that was my first official quote unquote win. So I was actually kind of hyped with that.
Nice.
There you go, bro.
So definitely don't listen to my betting advice coming up. Anyways, one other thing. Here's kind of the topic that we were alluding to earlier. I just wrote down NFC South is a dumpster fire. Bro, when I watched those Saints, Panthers, Falcons, and Buccaneers, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so Buccaneers are obviously, they are what they are. They're in shambles right now with injuries, suspensions, etc. But overall, Saints, I'm going to focus on these guys. Saints, Panthers, Falcons. Although the Falcons did win this week, right? They did win this week. overall, those three teams look atrocious, bro. The Panthers and the Saints, I cannot get a read on. The Saints will like look okay one week, and then the next week I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And the same thing with the Panthers. Ben, I know you're kind of in the South here. Do you see the same type of thing, or you think they're okay?
I think the Saints screwed themselves. I mean, they're just a bad team. They had like a bad cap situation, and
yeah,
I think that's where they are. I think Jameis Winston's playing the best he can. He's Jameis Winston, so you get what you get.
He's hurt, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Did I hear that wrong? Is he hurt?
I don't know. But then they got Taysom Hill, so I don't know what they're doing. That team's just in shambles. The coach left for a reason.
Yeah, Sean Payton
retired. Yeah, he's going to be coaching in the next year or two.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. And then what's the other team? The fucking Panthers? Who the fuck knows?
The Panthers, Baker Mayfield.
If he can focus and get it done, obviously he can win. He was really good. He won everywhere he was. But who the fuck knows?
I'm going to be honest.
Panthers are one of those weird teams that have like good players, but not. You know what I mean?
If I'm a Panthers fan, I'm like low-key kind of upset. You know, they're like a team that reminds me of like on the cusp, and they're like a few players off. I mean, you have arguably one of the best running backs in football. Granted, he's been injured and yada yada yada, but like I think with him alone, you have the potential to win. And you're obviously bring in Baker, hoping that happens. But I will say, I did talk to Ryan specifically. I do like Darnold. I thought year one with Darnold, obviously is not what you wanted, and I don't think he'll win you a bunch of games, but I don't know if Baker Mayfield was the answer. Do you guys kind of agree that, I guess let me phrase, do you think Baker Mayfield can win them a playoff game or get them to the playoffs? Ryan?
Yeah.
You think so?
In the NFC for sure. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Like Ben said, he's just gotta like focus up, man. Like I don't know if it's
figure
just
it
the
out.
coaching.
He's playing Warzone too much or something, bro.
No, he's good. I mean,
12 for 25. 12 for 25. You got Christian McCaffrey to check down. Why do you only have 12 completions? Like, what are we doing? Like,
something's not going right.
Who's
got DJ Moore has 2 catches. Like,
who's the tight end
1 catch
in Carolina?
Ian Thomas.
Okay.
Tommy Tremble. Like, they just get like random people, and it feels like, I mean, when you're, I don't know, it just feels like they have a lot of players, and it's just like you watch their games, and you know, the first play will be like a CMC run for like 4 yards, and then Baker will like throw it away, and then it's
on a
third and 6,
Yep.
And then it's like
and then it's a blitz, and then he gets sacked.
They get sacked, and then they have bad field position, and then it's
something's not right. Something's not right.
They play action bootleg quite a bit. And it is what it is, but
I don't know if they're worried about their line, so they're trying to get a move in.
Yeah, move a pocket. Yeah,
just I don't know. You got good players, let them get open and just make it happen, as opposed to just like trying to make Baker make all the plays. Like
just like moving your offense around. It's like college. You just like try to get movement so that you can get your athletes in open space.
Good position.
It's not gonna work like that in the NFL. It's not gonna. You have to like fool them. You have to like run past their
play
defense.
Calls. We'll get people open too. Throw people open. It's just
that's how that works. Yeah,
tough, man. But who knows? They could, if they can get it together. I don't think their coach. I don't think Matt Rule's a good coach, to be honest. But
I agree with that.
We'll see.
Where did he coach before?
Temple, Baylor, and then
Temple.
Okay. Temple and then Baylor. He was at Temple for a while, and he like turned the program around, and they started.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
And he got the job at Baylor when Art Briles got kicked out. And then he was there, and like he kept the good team that Art Briles built good because it's college, and he got the job. Paid a bunch of money too, a whole bunch of like guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll
Art
see.
Briles, man. That's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, good old Baylor. So one other quick game that I want to talk about that I'll give them credit because I've been just absolutely shitting on them
Colts fans, man.
Yep, I've been just
Sorry,
absolutely
spoil.
shitting on the Colts, bro. Somebody, a guy, a mutual friend of mine, he watches our episodes, and he doesn't know a bunch about football, but he knows like a decent amount. And one thing he picked up on early, he was like, "Dude, you actually kind of hate the Colts, don't you?" And I was like, "You know what? I kind of have been hating on them, and I don't know why. I don't hate them that much, like in my mind." So I will give them a little bit of love. Indianapolis Colts did win this week versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Not a bad win. Not a bad win, Colts fans. I'll give you some props, man. Kudos. You guys want a round of applause or pat on the back? I can make you a chocolate chip cookie, maybe oatmeal raisin. I don't know. But I'm going to be honest. I'll give you a little bit of praise. You guys are still dog. You guys are still dog water, man.
Holy shit.
You know, I don't know, man. Something about I met Ryan in fantasy, and that's coming from a guy that's a Matt Ryan fantasy owner in a 2QB league where I need Matt Ryan to perform. Bro, I don't know, man. Come on, Colts fans. I feel bad for y'all, but it is what it is. Do you guys watch any of that game or see highlights? I thought JT ran well. That's about what I got from that game. Kansas City looked bad. He didn't run well? I thought he did.
21-71. 3.4. He didn't run well.
I mean, 71 yards, though, bro.
On 21 carries, Jonathan Taylor. He's the best running back in the league. He was the number one pick in every fantasy league. You don't score a touchdown, you only get 71 yards?
He did not score a touchdown, correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How many? He had like a few catches, though, right?
He had 3 for 20. Cool.
That's another 5 fantasy points. So
he's a number one producer, man. You're expecting.
Yeah, but you're looking at what? That's already 15, 16 fantasy points. I mean, I'd take that.
7 on my team. 12 points from Jonathan Taylor.
Was it 12 points?
12 points. 12 points.
Yeah,
you're obviously banking on way more. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. He's at 15 and up at least. You know, like 15's not a great week.
So let me ask you this then. So who was the star from that game? Pittman?
Yes, he had 8 for 72.
I mean, I would say they're
Matt Ryan.
Jelani Woods got 2 touchdowns. He was 2 for 13 for 2 touchdowns.
And wait, defense got an interception.
Who caught 2 touchdowns?
A fumble. Tight end.
What's his name? Jelani Woods. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
It's a fluke game. It's a fluke game where the Chiefs didn't play well. The Colts defense played well.
I agree. That's why I say
the Colts backed into it.
That's why I say the Colts are still dog water. That's coming from a Lions fan.
Joe tight end caught 2 balls because he was open because they were covering Mo Alley Cox.
And they had 8 people in the box for JT.
Right. That's exactly it.
True. You know what just popped in my head? You know why I think I low key kind of hate them this year? A, Matt Ryan is a big part of that. But 2, Hard Knocks, bro. When Homeboy was talking shit to Jamal.
Yeah. I was wondering if that had to do with it.
Yeah, I actually just kind of thought about that because when I was thinking about it in my head, I'm like, why do I hate these guys? I just that clip popped up, and I remember watching that and being heated, where I'm like, yo, fuck that dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe that plays into it, but don't get me wrong, Colts fans. If any Colt fan watched this ever, bro, I'm a Lions fan. You got to give me some credit, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been through the ringer, so at least you guys have won some shit. But so that's kind of breaking down week 3. Obviously, we kind of talked about that quite a bit. So we'll try to skim through the week 4 games here. I do want to start with Thursday night game a couple days from now recording. Actually, a pretty good game. Dolphins, which we talked about quite a bit here, at the Bengals. Dolphins 3-0, Bengals 1-2 this Thursday. I think 8:15, 8:20 game Eastern time. Should be a really good game. I guess my first question off the rip here: does Cincinnati have a chance to win this game? Ryan?
Yeah, I think they do.
You think they got a shot?
I don't know if they win the game, but yeah, I did. Mostly because of their jerseys. But
yeah, that shit's clean, huh? They're wearing white and black, right?
Yeah, it's all white and black. The white and black helmets. It's sick looking, but
that's clean.
I I'm a little worried. I know Joe Mixon's kind of banged up, and they have like Samaje Perine as their backup running back.
Hell yeah.
So I don't
The
know.
guy
I think,
drafted.
yeah, I think it's going to come down to Burrow, and I feel like the defense for the Dolphins is good enough to be like, oh well, if we don't let Burrow beat us, then they can't really run the ball with Samaje Perine. Like he's not going to beat us. So I could see it kind of being a rough game, but
Okay.
I don't know. Short week. I think the Bengals could win.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Ben. I'm going to ask you a question. Does Miami run the end this week? Are you still buying into the T? They're going undefeated, bro.
I think that the Dolphins are good. I think that even if Tua wouldn't play and Teddy would somehow play, I still think they'd beat the Bengals. I think the Bengals are worse than you actually think. I think they're not a great team.
Went to the Super Bowl last year, right?
I think Joe Burrow's really good.
What about Jamar Chase? What about Joe
he's
Mixon?
really good too. Joe Mixon too, for sure.
It's the kind of stops there, right?
He had 12 carries for 24 yards.
That's not what
game.
So it's the Jets, and they won 27-12.
They did. Bengals got their first win against the Jets on the road, I believe. So good for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so one question while on the Dolphins, we talked a lot of Dolphins, but one of the offshoot questions I have here, one of the things people have not been talking about here, Mike McDaniel. You guys like him? Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, I love him, dude. I'm sure you guys have
I've seen a lot of interviews with that guy. I watched a couple prepping for this. I like that guy.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys seen the Andrew Hawkins from the Browns. I don't know if you guys know who he is, but
of course, bro.
I don't know if you guys have seen the video where he's talking about it, but when he was on the Browns, Mike McDaniel, he was the wide receiver coach, and he had him watch film, and you'd be like, oh, sweet, he watched football film. No, he had him watch film of Allen Iverson, like the crossover moves he would make, and he would have them replicate that in the games.
Like
and Andrew
running
Hawkins
routes.
said it worked, like because when you'd come off the line, you would almost do like a little crossover.
Yeah, you'd
swing your hips. Yeah, that's
the way your body moves is like how the defense is going to react to what you're doing, and if you can control your body to almost fake a certain way and then go the other way, it's like you're going to have that step.
Bro, that's actually 200 IQ because you think about it, like the receiver and cornerback matchup is primarily based on hit placement, playing his outside shoulder and hips. They're kind of one for one.
It's a basketball one-on-one.
Yeah, it's the same concept. That's actually kind of 200 IQ. I actually didn't know that. That's a cool story.
Yeah, I'll have to send you the clip, but it's super cool. I like him a lot. I hope he likes Tua. I mean, it's working. So he's winning too. So
looking good.
I like him a lot.
So go ahead.
I think he's honestly, I think that Shanahan lost a lot of fucking juice from him. I think that's a big deal. I think that he was probably a lot of what their offense did, and he probably brought a lot to it. Because he was with them the whole time. Every stop, he was always there.
Yeah.
He was the run game coordinator, and I think it's a big deal. I think he was probably a lot of the brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He loves football.
Loves football guy, 100%.
Yeah, and you look at him, and he looks like Ben. I know you watched The League, right? He kind of looks like Ruxin on The League. He just a nerdy dude. He just looks, but he loves football.
He seems like an analytics type guy.
Yeah, so it's cool to see someone like that succeed.
So straight prediction. It sounded like Ryan, you are taking Bengals. Ben, you're taking Miami.
100%.
Right, so I'm gonna kind of be the deciding factor here, I guess. Majority for Quick Slants Football Show. I'm actually gonna take the Bengals this game. I know Miami's been hot, but I think part of me thinks Bengals on the road Thursday night. I think they show up. I think they play well. I think Miami is their first loss,
so we'll see. You
said it though. It's still Miami in September.
That is true, bro. They're hot, bro. You're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So Thursday night preview covers that. I do want to talk about sports betting. Typically we talk about games, give a couple locks that we think maybe Could be good money lines or just overall bets. Could be an over under. Could be really anything. But so I'll start with my first one personally here. Week 4, we got Tennessee Titans going on the road to face the Indianapolis Colts. We talked about it quite a bit here. The Indianapolis Colts. Titans are actually getting 3.5 points early here. Tuesday, when we're recording this, they're getting 3.5. I expect that to change throughout the week. But early on, 3.5 points. I'm going to take the Titans with the points, bro. Sorry, Colts fans. I already said my piece. I'm not going to hammer it in again. Ryan, what's your lock of the week?
So my lock of the week, actually, last week I picked the Chiefs because they were, it was like 6.5 points against this terrible Colts team.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, it's a lock, and then whatever.
Yeah,
yeah, that's tough.
But I think they are favored by 2 against the Bucks, and I think they cover. I think the Bucks still are kind of banged up, and I don't know.
like that.
I think they're gonna cover, and I think they're probably gonna win by like at least a touchdown, honestly. But who knows? It's the Bucks, but I just think they're banged up. We'll probably get the Bucks 2-2, and all the shows will be like, "Oh, Tom Brady's done."
Brady. Yep, I kind of agree with that narrative. I agree. Yeah.
Chiefs win.
Trask coming in. Sorry,
Kyle Trask. Let's go, baby.
Oh yeah.
All right, Ben. Give me. You got a lock of the week?
Got a lock of the week. It's kind of an upset.
Okay.
Jacksonville is gonna beat.
Oh
shit!
shit!
I love it, dude.
It's a plus 210, and the cover is 6.5. I think that they'll beat them. I think that Philly's gonna come out in a dud.
The hot take.
Wow,
Jacksonville's
that's
riding
bold,
high,
bro.
Dude, Dougie P's come. Yeah, Dougie P.
Yep.
100%, dude. Is there a
There's a
revenge game?
No one even knows, dude.
Dude,
That
I
defense is gonna
love
come hunting.
I love that take, and I would love nothing more than Jacksonville Jaguars to beat and actually throw the Eagles into the ground. I would love
They're
that.
going
bro.
to Philly in Philly, 100%.
I would love that, bro. Dude, they win that game. People are talking Jacksonville AFC Championship ? Honestly, the way that people are talking about the Eagles right now, bro, honestly, it's crazy.
Never forget, man. Never forget. What was his name? Goddamn, now I forgot. What's his name? Quarterback. Bortles took him the AFC Championship.
Man.
Like Bortles, bro.
Who was even on that team? Who was on that team?
Who was their running back
Fournette?
then? Yeah, Fournette.
Maybe Fournette may have been there. Yeah, maybe.
Is that when they had Allen Robinson and
Denard Robinson too?
Oh my god!
They probably did have Denard.
What's your next lock, dude?
All right, my next lock. I got Arizona Cardinals going on the road versus Carolina Panthers. I know what you guys are thinking, and it's correct. I said earlier, NFC fucking South dumpster fire. I'm taking the Arizona Cardinals money line on this. Not even any points. Give me Arizona straight up plus 110 odds. That sounds like I'm making my money plus some. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinals, let's go.
I'm really surprised Carolina's favored in that game, honestly. I don't know why.
Again, that can adjust. That's what my thought. When I saw Arizona,
yeah,
100%
if you're home.
100%. But when I saw that Arizona plus 110, and I think Carolina is borderline top 5 worst team in the NFL.
Dumpster fire.
Dog shit. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, that sounds pretty good. So that's gonna be my second lock. Let's actually kick it to Ben on this one. Ben, you got a second team? Or second game?
Yeah. Okay, so I got Jets to win outright. Pittsburgh plus 145.
Wow.
I think
that's a good return on your money, bro.
And I think that Pittsburgh's not very good, so I think the Jets could probably win that. Yeah.
Wow, that's
You could also cover the. There's 3.5, by the way. I think
3.5. I think that's
bet
doable.
On that too.
That's doable for sure. Honestly, if you think that good, what I've seen is like sometimes it may be better bet the money line, but I believe I would have covered if I would have bet the Lions money line against the Vikings, but I bet them outright. I don't know exactly what that line was, but so it's kind of tricky. I'm still learning here a little bit, but it is what it is. Ryan, what's your second game?
So I actually had the Jaguars, but I have a third game.
Oh yeah.
So no, that was a great pick. I got hype. I would have just I love that you picked them.
I love that you guys both have that much faith. I love that.
Yeah.
We're watching the Jags game this week, right?
Yeah, go Jags. But yeah, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys. I think they're favored by 3, so I think they cover though. And they're going against the Commanders. I think they beat them.
Slight work.
I think it's 42.5. I think the over hits in this game. I feel like the Commanders defense isn't very good. I think they're gonna probably score some like garbage time, points, and it'll probably end up going over 42.5.
Bro, I have such a hard time betting the over under because in my head I'm like, oh, it's the NFL, like they're gonna be good, and then game like 11 to 10 happens, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh wait, never mind. You know what I'm saying? Like even like betting like passing, like I have such a hard time with like figuring out betting right now because like I'll see somebody like I bet a 3-legged parlay with the Monday night game. I took Daniel Jones 1 passing touchdown. Didn't happen. I thought 1 passing touchdown was doable, bro.
I was rooting for you at the end of the game when they were driving. I mean, I was rooting for myself because I bet the over and they were driving. And I think you needed, sorry to spoil your bet, but you need like Richie James to get like 5 more yards. You needed a TD from Daniel Jones. I'm like, oh, he's going to win this bet. I can feel it.
All I needed, bro.
And then they get to like the 30 and they kick a field goal. I was like, okay. And they're like
50%.
Yes.
I bet the Richie James over 39.5 passing yards, and I'm a big Richie James fan. And then I
like
also
30, right?
Yep, it was something like that. And then I also bet Noah Brown over 39.5, which I think he covered that.
He did, yeah.
He covered that. So I thought it was a solid bet. Ended up losing it. So I just got to get like a little bit better with like reading. Because in my head, I'm like, dude, 40 yards, that's easy, bro. 1 passing touchdown from the Jets, bro. Come on.
That's tough, man.
In my head, that makes sense. I thought that was because that was like minus 325 odds. Like that wasn't like I tried to throw in like a sure thing. One. Yes.
Yeah, that was the sure thing and didn't hit. Yeah,
it didn't hit. So it is what it is, man. That's you run the risk with betting. But on the same note with betting, but a little bit different, we always talk about fantasy segment here, which Ben and I did talk about. We are thinking about maybe adjusting this segment slightly to maybe talk about maybe a player you should maybe sit for the week. So maybe there's a matchup, a star player that you think that should not play. Maybe we could talk about that next week. But this week, we do have each of us did pick 2 players that we think should be maybe fantasy gems, if you will. I will start here. I have Detroit Lions DJ Chark. Right? I know what you guys are thinking. Bro, I haven't seen that guy at all. He didn't do shit.
Dropped a couple balls.
Dropped a couple. I know. But DJ Chark at Seattle. Seattle's been pretty weak overall in the passing game, passing defense. Monroe St. Brown, fairly beat up. I think they said he might play this week, if I read that right. But I think DJ Chark, he's at 18 targets through 3 games. Not a lot, but I do think Jared Goff likes DJ Chark, and I think he will throw to him a little bit more this game at Seattle. So I'm going to pick DJ Chark at Seattle, having a good week in the fantasy. Ryan, you got one?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Amon-Ra and Josh Reynolds both banged up too. Another point for you.
Yeah, Josh Reynolds too, yeah.
Yeah.
And Swift.
This one's probably not super. I mean, I have him on my fantasy team and I haven't played him yet, so I'm going to play him this week. But from the Saints, Chris Olave. I mean, he kind of started off slow. He, I mean, the first game he only had 3 catches for 41 yards, and then the last 2 weeks he had 13 targets both games. I mean, it's Jameis, so those targets are kind of, they are what they are. But that's a lot of targets. Last week he went, 13 for 9. Or he had 13 targets. He had 9 catches, 147 yards, no touchdowns yet, but he scored 23, last week without a touchdown. So I don't know. I think he gets a touchdown this week, and I mean, I think he has a really good week and probably a good rest of the season.
I actually kind of like that pick. I'm a big fan of
Their
him.
defense is trash, so their defense is not the best. So I think they're gonna have to throw every game.
Yeah. Okay. Ben, you got a lock for the week?
I think you lock for the week probably. Dallas Goedert is who I put. I put it that he's a dog, by the way.
He is a dog.
He's a dog, bro. He wears no gloves.
And I know I picked
raw
against
hands out there, just catching
I
balls,
picked
bro.
against the Eagles, but I think that as a tight end, and especially with that kind of quarterback, I think that he can catch a lot of touchdowns, and he has caught touchdowns in the red zone. I think that he could definitely start to play really well or be very consistent. He's definitely a good player.
I like that. I like that. My second pick, I'm going with somebody that we talked about quite a bit. Not somebody, but a team we talked about quite a bit this episode here. Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm actually taking Travis Etienne. I know James Robinson has been doing better, but I did watch some highlights from that. Travis Etienne has been running well. 13 attempts last game. I think that they're going to dial up a little bit more on Trevor Lawrence because he's been playing pretty well. And when James Robinson's in the mix, it's kind of obvious they're running with him. Same thing with Travis Etienne, but I do think Travis Etienne has a little bit of a breakout game. So kind of a random off the wall pick, but I'm trusting my gut here and I'm going with him. So,
Okay.
We start with Ryan last time. Let's go, Ben. What's your second player?
It's more of like a waiver wire pickup kind of thing.
I like that though.
His name is Chris Moore. He plays for the Texans.
Ooh.
He played 53% of the snaps last week. He plays as their like third wide receiver, but Brandon Cooks plays in the slot, more like the 2 or X or Y, however that works. So I think he's a good pickup to like sit on because he might catch a lot of balls.
Do you utilize him in Madden?
I think I cut him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I have a different sort of setup. Yeah,
that's fair. Just throwing that out there. Okay, Ryan, second player.
Yeah. So my next one, this one I kind of went back and forth with this one. I do like this player a lot. My only problem is the team. I don't think is very good, but I think he's good enough that he has a pretty good week and I think good rest of the season. It's Ramondre from the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, that's my dog, bro.
Yeah, he is a dog too. He can catch the ball really well. I mean, they got Harris there, but it's kind of one of those backfields where it's like it can kind of go either way. And they're playing Green Bay, so I think they pass a little more.
And Mac Jones is beat up.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be Hoyer and
Zappy.
Yeah, I want Zappy to play so bad. I think Hoyer's going to play, but I think he's just going to be check down city to Stevenson, and I think he makes something of the touches, and he probably gets into the end zone or they just get blown out, one or the other.
One or the other.
Could be both. You never know.
A lot of balls. Yeah, I think he'll have a good game, and I think good rest of the season too.
Okay, I like that. So those are some good fantasy picks. I think that gives you guys something to work with. Obviously, we try not to give you like super obvious locks, if you will, but I think that's a pretty good one. Last couple topics that we have for the night here. One that I want to make sure that we touch on. Actually, two that I want to make sure we touch on because one was pretty funny for me. But the first one here I want to talk about is the Pro Bowl. For anybody that does not know, Pro Bowl did announce, or the NFL announced that the Pro Bowl will be changing, I believe, starting this year, where they're getting rid of the Pro Bowl game altogether. I know that's been a big controversy. A lot of people have opted to like not play in it, and it's just kind of the snooze fest, yada, yada, yada. I believe they're doing a flag football game. So it should be pretty fun. It should be one of those things where maybe Saturday night you get a couple beers or something like that. You watch the flag football game. People are having a good time talking shit. You guys like that idea? I heard that they're going to wire up and live mic the players too, so you can hear like interactions and whatnot. You guys like that idea? Ben, what do you think? You like that rather than like a quote unquote Pro Bowl game?
Yeah, I think it lowers your risk for injury. They're not hitting each other at all, which is good.
That's a big
It'd
one.
be more entertaining to watch. I mean, you remember the skills competitions from back in the day when they'd have them do like the bench press and stuff?
They would throw the long pass competition.
Yeah, that was cool,
Jim
man. Yeah.
Harbaugh chucking the ball.
Yeah, that's
Jim Kelly would come up, throw it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's always more entertaining than the game because the game means nothing, and these guys are like, watching them putting themselves at risk. It's a weird thing. So I would much rather not have my best players playing a game and just play flag football for a fun thing.
True.
100%.
You agree with that, Ryan?
Yeah, I think they should go all in, mic everybody up, and I'd like to see some more exciting things down the road. Maybe, have the fans be able to call some plays too. That'd be cool. I know that.
That'd be so, dude. I'm so glad you said that. I thought they should do that, where they involve like the audience, where you can vote on like the plays and shit.
Dude, that'd be sick. Or even have like I don't know, just maybe like super fans of teams, like just call the plays like celebrities or something like that, just like something random, like
like Quavo's there randomly. You're like, what the fuck? Quavo's calling the plays for the AFC?
Yeah, like Ninja's calling for the NFC. It's crazy.
That
But
that'd be wild. Dr. Disrespect versus Ninja? Question mark?
Yeah.
That wouldn't work. They're both NFC, but
I get where you're going for there. But yeah, I think it'd be cool. I mean, I don't know if you ever watched like hockey where they do like the skates, like a race time like thing, and they have like different things like that.
Yeah,
and,
they go around
the hardest shot, and it's like that stuff's fun to watch to me.
Yeah,
and I know the Pro Bowl kind of does that with like the different contests, and I think that stuff's cooler to watch. So I'm excited. I think it's a good change, and like Ben said, I don't want to see people get hurt. Like
nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. Everybody wants to have a good time.
Want the coolest players there, and they want to be there because they're not worried about getting injured, and they're just there to have a good time with their boys.
Yep, they're chilling, having a good time.
Sounds like something fun to watch.
Yeah, you bring your kids, like they don't. Yeah, it's just a good time. Like,
yeah, I definitely agree with that. I thought when I read the announcement from the NFL, my first thought was great change, really good change. So I agree with that.
Did you see like the only backlash I saw is like the idea of having the worst two teams play for the first pick? What do you guys think about that?
So like a real game? Yeah,
so it'd be like a real game. So it'd be like the bottom two teams play, the winner gets the first pick in the draft instead of the loser. For reference, I don't think it's a good idea.
I think it's a terrible idea.
Yeah, because why does first off, like who's gonna want to play in those games? You're not gonna want to play. Those games don't really mean you're playing for your team to get a better pick that's gonna replace you.
Yeah,
it's like that. I thought that was the stupidest idea, but I did see that a lot when I was looking through some stuff. So.
I mean, like theoretically, like quick, like NFL fan, like extra game. Maybe people play hard. I kind of get it.
It's the worst two teams, though. You know what I mean?
The worst two teams. It's already
terrible when you have to watch the worst two teams on Thursday night.
Half the people there know that they're gonna get cut, so they're like, "Fuck." Right.
Yeah.
And then like, okay, so say like a linebacker or a corner makes a play that's like a fourth or fifth string, and they got them the first pick. Like that guy's risking his life to probably get cut in the off season.
Right, replaced by the guy that just got picked. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a stupid idea.
Kind of weird, but I kind of get it. I kind of get it. But one of the last topics I do want to touch on here, and this is just kind of like a more funny one. Ryan, I know you sent me a DM of this specifically, but for anybody that does not know, Ken Dorsey, shout out Miami Hurricanes former quarterback. That's how I know I'm starting to get old, bro. When like players that I remember are coaching, I'm like, oh fuck. But Ken Dorsey is coaching for the Buffalo Bills, and there was some footage that released when they lost the game this week of him absolutely raging. Imagine you're gaming and you lose a Madden game and you have your controller and you just slam it on your desk 1,000 times and like pieces are flying. That's what Ken Dorsey did with this headset. He absolutely lost it. You guys see that clip?
Yeah.
Yes. Obviously, yes. Great clip.
Great clip. He did say that when he watched it back, he realized he had to tone it back a little bit.
Oh shit.
Absolutely not.
If
I love
I'm
it.
a Bills fan, I love that. I would love nothing
Yeah,
more
100%.
than to see Dan Campbell rage and be like pissed off that they lost, you know,
Yeah.
like to a certain extent for sure. But I got the notion for me personally, I didn't think he was crazy. So I have here Ken Dorsey, crazy or passion ? Right? In the clip that you sent me in the press conference, Ken Dorsey's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not a psychopath or nothing," and then it like cut to that clip where he's just like staring and just breaking his headset. But I kind of view it as pure passion, bro. He wants to win, bro, and he knows that the Bills have a shot, and they blew a close game.
Yeah.
You guys kind of agree with
Yeah.
that, or you guys think Ken Dorsey's kind of crazy? You got to be a little bit crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I talked about it earlier, but is he the O coordinator, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they had 500 yards and he just
Yeah.
lost. They only scored
And,
19 points. He's
Dude,
like,
he
"What
was
is
probably
going
so
on? I'm
pissed,
calling the
bro.
game of my life. Why are we losing?" So I think it's passion. I mean, you kind of want your guy to be a little more chill, but at the same time, if I'm a Bills fan, especially Bills Mafia,
I
they're
love
jumping
it.
through tables. They
Yeah,
love
their
it, bro.
body.
Yeah.
Dude, if we were Bills fan, I would literally throw a table and I would like body slam both you through
I would
the
have
table.
a Dorsey jersey, bro. I would have a Dorsey jersey.
Like a Miami
Bills Dorsey
Hurricane,
jersey.
but it's like converted
yeah.
to a Bills. Like Jim Kelly, but like stitched on the back, it just says Dorsey.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn it, dude. Shout out Bills Mafia. Shout out Bills Mafia. But that is the last topic that we had for everybody here. A little bit long. We'll definitely try to streamline, especially the recaps next week here. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good recap. I thought that gave you guys a good understanding of the week 3 games. We previewed what's coming up for week 4, give you guys a couple good bets, fantasy locks, etc. So appreciate everybody hanging out. Guys, you have any final words before I close this thing out? No?
Thanks for watching. I just googled the Colts football slogan because I wanted to say something cool at the end, and their slogan sucks just like they do. It's for the shoe.
Let's
So,
go. Let's
Oh,
go,
yeah.
dude. Shit on the Colts. No, sorry, bro.
Fucking
I don't
shit.
really hate you guys. Sorry, man. I feel bad. I really feel bad about it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
at the
for the
same
shoe,
time, I
man, for
don't.
the shoe.
Nobody.
I don't feel bad. Fuck you guys.
Nobody fucking gives a shit.
Anyways, thanks for watching. That was all a joke, by the way. Thanks for watching. We'll be live again next Tuesday for Quick Slants episode 4, week 5 preview. Be on the lookout for Madden. Like I said, Ben and I have a pretty intense game coming up, and assuming everybody wins, we should have a pretty good Super Bowl as well. So that should be a good stream. So yeah, thanks everybody, and have a good night.
Everybody.
Everybody, bye.
Is it over?
Bye.